2 years ago, I found a cyst on my upper right cheek and had it removed. In just 1 week, in the area that I had the cyst, I had 2 quarter-size bubbles of pus. Within a month's time, it spread to 1/3 of my face. It's physically painful, but it's definitely more emotionally painful. I can't even explain what it is, and doctors surely can't.
So I have some ideas for really new and excellent treatments that we could initiate and start that would hopefully help these sites heal.
Dr. Batra joins us, and without further ado, all the struggles Missy's been going through, not only emotionally, but trying to get a diagnosis. So what did you find in your evaluation?
It really looks like an inflammatory condition called pyoderma gangrenosum. And what we think happens is the immune system becomes dysregulated, and there's almost an excessive or an exuberant response of inflammation that we think may be triggered or fueled by injury. So the fact that she had that procedure to begin with really set up this process that we call pathergy, where all of these inflammatory cells rush to the area, but rather than healing the wound, they just remain inflamed, and you get these chronic ulcers that just don't heal.
And so, of course, what Missy and everyone else wants to know is, what does that mean, and does that give Missy hope?
So she mentioned she's tried a number of therapies, and because we think that there's just too much inflammation in this condition, the therapies are really aimed at decreasing that level of inflammation. So there is a whole new horizon of medications called TNF-alpha inhibitors, and TNF-alpha is a chemical that your body releases that stimulates inflammation in the body. And these biologic medicines really either bind or reduce the amount of TNF-alpha that's circulating. Because this is such a rare condition, I mean, it's really like 1 in 100,000 who has pyoderma gangrenosum, there aren't a lot of medicines that are specifically approved for this, but we're going to be using it in sort of an off-label way that we think will actually really help.
And prognosis, what do you predict her scars, her skin will look like after it's good? It will take several months, correct?
Exactly. So what we'll do is we'll really kind of overlap the medicines she's taking with this, and usually people within 2 or 3 months really notice healing, and then you'll decrease that inflammation that in general, it makes you more prone to these with every small injury.
And at that point, there's more hope, too, in terms of the cosmetic appearance, treating with lasers and other things.
So really quickly, Missy, hope, that word that's been missing in the lexicon when you've gone to try to figure out what's going on, what do you feel now? Do you feel hope?
I do. Most of my other doctors had told me that with this disease that I would never be able to do any cosmetic things, and if I did, it would be very, very expensive. So that's lots of hope if I could get it healed.
And so this is an injection, right? And I know that I'm not the treating physician, but today you want to go ahead and begin if Missy is willing.
Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and just clean off this area. So this is really meant to decrease that chemical in Missy that we think is fueling the inflammation. It's a fusion protein that's actually binding it in her blood and decreasing the downstream effects of it. So this is an injection, it's just a self-pen that she can use on her own. It would be once a week. And the hope is that within a month, we'll be able to taper you down off of the cyclosporin and some of the other medications that you're taking, which I know also have had a lot of side effects and possible concerns for your kidneys.
Well, this is, to me, exciting because this means there's hope. And my hope is that you will come back on the show and share your recovery with us, because every time someone deals with a problem like this, they feel like there's no hope. And it would be so great if you would come back and share your recovery with us. Missy, thank you for being so brave. Dr. Batra, thank you as well for what you've done for Missy.